probably intrigue, or be an impact type guy. So we'll see.
Let's do a few more Twitter questions. We're not going to get to all of them. We never do, but we're going to have an off season in which to get to all kinds of topics, and we do appreciate the questions.
I will say there's one kid, Caulfield, I believe, that's intriguing, but his height is, just from afar, not, his height's a little concerning. He's like 5'7", 5'8". So, but he is dynamic. I watched some video of him yesterday. I mean, he's got one of the great shots. I mean, that shot just explodes off his stick.
Is his first name Holden?
Kale or Cole or something.
If his first name was Holden, I would say he was going to have a bad attitude. It's a literary reference. From Ben, first of all, let me thank our sponsors again. Twill and the Edina Galleria, Fixologyrepair.com, Tony Hoaglund, Hoaglund. He works out of Champlin, your State Farm agent, and Bite Squad, first promo code for first delivery fee waived. Talk North, all caps, one word, but use them anyway, even if you've already used that. From Ben, assuming that next year ends up being Koivu's last, is the next captain of the Wild on this team. It seems like Parisi or Suter is the favorite, but I think that would be a poor direction to go in.
I'm sorry, say it again. I got a text.
If Koivu's out after next year, is the next captain of this team on the roster, and would it be Parisi or Suter? Ben doesn't sound like he would like it to be Parisi or Suter.
I mean, that's so far in the distance. I don't know. A lot of it's going to depend on if the coach picks it, if the guys in the room picks it, if Paul Fenton feels that he's got to pick it. If it's Paul Fenton picking it, it's probably Suter.
What's the custom? What happens most places?
I mean, it's different everywhere. I mean, it's usually kind of a GM and the coach really coming together. I mean, if it's guys on the roster that are up and comers, I mean, there are some interesting guys. I mean, I think Luke Cannon's got captain potential. I obviously think Spurgeon does. I will tell you, Donato just impresses the heck out of me. His whole attitude, everything. I mean, just even like I show up in Dallas and I show up at the rink and first person I run into is him. He came in a Uber to get there. He couldn't figure out the way in the rink, and just the way he treats people as I was showing him into the building. He's just the guy is brought up the right way. So, a lot of it, we have to see the way these guys, develop the next couple of years. I mean, Cunnin, to me, has got incredible leadership ability. As I mentioned, Donato, Spurge, those guys.
For Matt Rostolon, I hope I'm getting it right, which first-round playoff series are you most interested to watch?
Well, I mean, they're all interesting to me. I really am looking forward to Vegas, San Jose. I think the Vegas has the chance to upset them because Martin Jones, I think he has an .896 save percentage this year. I think Colorado, Calgary is going to be great. Winnipeg, I don't like the way that they're playing down the stretch. I think St. Louis is going to win that series. And Nashville, I think, was extremely beatable. I don't see how Dallas gets it done. So I think Nashville goes to the second round. In the East, Carolina, Washington is going to be interesting, but I just don't see how Carolina's got the tools to get this done so early in this kind of retooled team. I think they're going to go in and see what Washington is really made of. Who are the others? I mean, Boston, Toronto is going to be pretty awesome. Tampa, I just see them winning. I mean, man, they're just so good right now. So I see them beating the Islanders. And Pittsburgh's playing who? Why is my head?
Islanders are playing the Penguins.
Oh, Islanders are playing the Penguins, and Tampa's playing who?
Tampa's playing the Columbus.
Oh yeah. Duh. Oh my God, my head. It's been a long couple weeks.
Yeah.
Still getting over Vegas. I don't see how Columbus gets it done. Although Panarin's going to be motivated. Bob's playing great right now. Josh Anderson and Bjorkstrand have been amazing down the stretch. But I don't see how Tampa's beat. And then Penguins-Islanders will be a great series. I see Penguins winning that one, though.
Vaughn, Steve, Kyler, Nathan, Minnesota Johan, Chris, Maddie, all please. You all had good questions, and some of them are on topics we really want to dive deeply into, so please resend those questions next week or sometime during the summer, or come out and see us and ask us live once we start doing shows. Thanks to all of our sponsors, all of our listeners. Does Michael have a final thought or a final sigh?
No, just the next little bit, we'll start hearing some guys losing their job with the Wild, I would assume. And all, I'm sure, salt of the earth type people, and people that have been with this organization a long time. So, hey, it's a
fall out of Fenton taking over.
Yeah, it's part of it. I mean, he's building his own staff, and so, obviously, you feel for those type of guys. I think that there's a lot of people in a state of flux right now and walking on eggshells hoping they're returning, but my guess is in the next little bit, we'll start hearing some names here, and hopefully I'll be reporting on that in the next day or so.
Pretty little city built on a hillside, music in the bars and fire in the sky. We went to the beach and it was covered in ice, and I used to call it home. So much coming out, there's nothing going in. I know that you feel like you're never gonna win. Oh, but the world